Ashley, first of all, this is an episode, as they say, for the kids.
Yes.
For the youngsters.
For the kids. We're doing this for the kids. As what we should do everything for is for the children.
So I mentioned offhandedly to my family one night that we were going to do a ranking episode, and I had heard of this thing called tier listing. And before I could get any further, one of the podcasts I listen to, the tech podcast, they do tier lists on a regular basis. And apparently it's very popular in the gaming community. Anyway, before I could get the words out even, Remy jumps in and he goes, "You got to go to tiermaker.com, Dad." And I'm like, okay. We should do a tier list. And he's like, "Everybody does tier lists, Dad. It's so cool." He's like, and like, you can do a basic one, like, you know, A, B, C, D, E, F, G or whatever. And then like S tier is probably above A tier, or you can have like funny names and shit for your, funny names and stuff, Dad, for your tier list.
Funny names and stuff, Dad. Which you have done. I think they're hilarious.
I have done exactly. In fact, I did not do that. I want to give credit where credit is due. Okay, but first, if you find this episode fun and you're of our generation and you have not seen something like this before,
there's lots of it out there.
Intimately familiar with it, you can make your own as a party favor or sometime. You know, us old people, we get together early in the evening, we eat cheese and crackers and drink wine, and we play board games. Here you go, a digital board game for you. Tiermaker.com. You can do the same thing that we did. This tier list was made by Lix is the name of the user, and I appreciate that. LIXX.
Hey, Lix.
So
thanks for your contribution to society.
Also, if this is not for you, blame Lix and tiermaker.com.
Yeah. And Joel's son for suggesting this is the way we do it.
For everything that followed. Yeah, that's right. Blame Remy.
Welcome to the Articulate Coven, the original, unofficial fan podcast and community for Anne Rice's immortal universe, the Vampire Chronicles, Lives of the Mayfair Witches, and the Immortal Universe TV series from AMC and AMC+. The Articulate Coven is Ashley and Joel, but it's supported by listeners just like you. Find out more at articulatecoven.com/join.
We are the Articulate Coven. We are your hosts. I'm Joel.
I'm Ashley.
And we are the Articulate Coven. I'm so glad we didn't piss off any pop stars this week, Ashley.
No, thank God. Thank God. Lord.
I have a strange bit of feedback before we get into this tier list episode.
God.
I say a strange bit of feedback. This is a good bit of feedback, but it's strange because this took quite a hot minute. This user had tried to post on YouTube several times apparently, and their comment was going away or being deleted, and they thought they had done something wrong or had offended me in some fashion. And the only thing I ever saw was a comment about, "Hey, why are my comments being deleted, and did I do something wrong?" Anyway, they finally, even that I was like, I'm so clueless, I don't know what's going on here. Right. They finally got through on Spotify. Rossi Kirilova, and this was a couple of weeks back. "Hi, I keep trying to comment in the YouTube channel and my comment disappeared twice. Did I mess up and break a rule? I was trying to share that Oxala is not an Anne invention." Monkey face, see no evil emoji.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, "Okay, thank you. No, we didn't delete anything. My guess is there were some sort of YouTube filters preventing your specific comment. Thanks for sticking with it, though. Spotify doesn't make it super easy to see all these comments either, but yours will be mentioned in an upcoming episode." And at first I was also like, Oxala? Okay, this goes back to the Merrick book club episodes where we talked about Merrick's background and David's background in voodoo and the various South American and African religions. So Rossi followed up. "I believe it was because I was trying to share a link." Anyways, Condobla. I know I misspelled it. I know I mispronounced it in the episode. CONDOMBLE. Condomble. Where Oxala is featured, is an Afro-Brazilian religion. It belonged to the slaves brought to Brazil. That's why you won't find Oxala in indigenous Brazilian myths, we talked about, and this refreshed my memory. In the Merrick episodes, we had specifically talked about some of the names that were mentioned and how I had looked them up and they did not seem tied to the areas. And we wondered if Anne, because Anne occasionally, she wasn't as bad as like Orientalism exactly, but she would sometimes squeeze a few cultures together where it was convenient or where she just didn't know better, right? She did great research, but her best research, let's be honest, is very Eurocentric. So
absolutely. I mean, which was also very common for the time she was writing.
100%. Hell, it's common today.
It's
right?
common today, yeah.
This is yet another reason why we need more writers and authors of various cultural dissents, right?
Yep.
So that sort of those true ideas and the real research and the real understanding of those cultural ideas can be filtered into all our pop culture. There's nothing wrong. Like, listen, Wakanda Forever, right? Or the Black Panther movies. That's not an appropriation of Afrofuturism or African cultures. It is, first of all, they centered Black creators and Black actors in that movie as well, right? But what it is it's bringing those ideas and those concepts and those looks and those people to an audience that might otherwise never seek it out, right?
Yeah.
Disney Plus made an Afrofuturism animated series, and like you don't hear it, ringing in the pop culture in the same way that Black Panther did.
Absolutely.
It's because Black Panther also included Bucky and other Marvel connections, and you're like, gotta go see the thing.
It's attached to the Marvel universe too. I mean, that doesn't hurt a story.
Yeah.
These days.
You gotta drag the white men into the room sometimes to throw a little knowledge at them. So,
Lord. But yeah, if you look around a room and everybody looks like you're probably not
in the wrong rooms. Yeah, or at least, be in other rooms some other times.
Put
at least. Come on now.
Different rooms. Invite some friends over.
All right, so here is what I have for you. I'm going to share the screen. Oh, wait, it went away. Let me go to the right.
View.
This is a nice background, though, right? Here is our tier. Ashley, can you see this okay? Can you read okay, good.
I can read all the tiers, and then I have most of the vampires written down.
I'm hoping that everything shows up okay.
I was like, who the fuck is that?
You aren't for sure. There were a couple, honestly. I've got a picture here of, and honestly, this is from the season 2 trailer. We believe this to be Killer, but it's also super dark. And even my old ass was like, to go back and get a better picture of him. But
and I wrote him down as Bruce, and I was so confused about
Bruce. Why was he in the K's?
I was like, why is he in the K's? What in the alphabetical order has happened here?
That's a very good point. And
then I was like, maybe they're not in alphabetical order. Maybe I was having a moment.
My original idea on this, everybody, was that I would pick 25, maybe 30 on the outside. I think what we actually have here is about 33 total. And most of that comes down to, I got down to the last 4 or 5, and it was like, we can't put that person, we can't not mention them, So anyway, we cut it at about 33.
I got one beef with your list.
Please.
Who the fuck's Santiago?
He's behind. I believe, I'm 99% sure, because some of these, when we get through some of them,
stacked. Okay, I forgot.
Yes, because like Thorn's back here. Yeah, Santiago's up here somewhere.
Stop at P, Joel.
No, Santiago. I say that. Wait a minute. Just let me. I don't. Santino. Tell me I did not put Santiago on there.
Joel.
I will. You'll watch me go make a Santiago thing real quick, because literally watch me do it.
Normally I wouldn't care because I fucking hate that guy, but man,
I'm so glad. Yeah, no, he was so amazing in the series, especially. All right, wait a minute. I've got a better idea to this. Boy, some of this is going to get trimmed. Thank goodness. All right, yeah. So here's what we're going to do. We're not. We're not going to do that. I'm just going to make a square.
You're doing this so much faster than I would ever be able to do it.
I cannot tell you how many of these I have done. That is not, I want to go to uploads and search for Santiago. Oh,
There he
he's
is.
already there. Look at that beautiful,
Oh,
beautiful bastard.
hell yes. My God. What a treat, man. He turned me around in that character completely.
For sure, right?
Yeah.
All right, this is how silly this process was, though, by the way. So I am going to leave some of this in a sped up version, and probably there is a much simpler young person way to do this. For instance, when Remy discovered that I had done it this way and not on just using tiermaker.com instead of just taking this basic image, he was so disappointed in me.
He was like, you could have built the whole thing there, Dad,
you could have done the whole thing. And I was like, yeah, but I don't know how that's going to look when I project it. He's like, there's literally a presenter mode. I'm like, okay, but I wanted to do this thing where I made these little images though. Like, don't you like my cool images with the logo and everything for the ones that haven't appeared on the series? He was like, they're fine. It's like, okay. All right.
The youths.
So good that I impress you. Yeah, I know, right? All right.
Call us out, man.
Okay. First of all, yes, I basically did stack these in alphabetical order, but I knew from the very beginning that we're not going to go through them in alphabetical order because that would mean that we would get to Louis and Lestat somewhere in the middle.
I mean,
and we'd shoot the whole wad right there, and half of you would just go ahead and wander away probably. So we're not going to do that. We're going to do Lestat fucking last. We're going to do Louis as the penultimate tier listing.
I'm sure people can pretty much guess where they will fall for us.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of this that will be fairly consensus. I think there are a handful that have a niche appeal in some way that just, hey, listen, I got into a great conversation today on the Facebook group, and we said some shitty conversations, I guess, or some conversations that people weren't happy about last week. Let's talk about some good conversations here. Someone raised the issue. It was Ashley Stewart, actually, that raised the issue about the portrayal of Gabriella and Lestat in season 3 of this series.
Yes. I saw
and
this.
The idea that the trailer, at least, seems to very much heavily imply that there's going to be an actual incestuous relationship of some subtype in the series. Rollin has hinted at that. Sam has hinted at that. We haven't watched the stuff that features Jennifer Ely yet, but she also, I think, has hinted at that from what I've heard. So, is it going to go too far, et cetera, et cetera? But there was a good conversation that went back and forth, and people had different takes on it and whatever. But my take in particular is that I think a lot of us bring our own personal trauma, tragedy, kinks and hangups and hiccups, right, to these works. We read and we connect with the parts of the characters that we imagine ourselves in an elevated and exaggerated way.
There's a lot that I connect to with Gabrielle, actually. I honestly, there's a lot about that character that I truly love. But that is that little sliver of her gives me the real ick.
Okay. Listen, I do not mean to imply for a second, I should clarify here, I guess. I do not mean to imply for a second that I have an Oedipus complex. However,
I didn't think that.
Ashley and I have both discussed previously on this show that we have a mentor kink in a way, right? And not just romantically and sexually, although we are drawn to leaders.
I would say that I am not drawn sexually into my mentorship seeking at all.
I have very much often wanted the easy way to say this, the way that is less direct and confrontational for myself is I like a stage manager. I want someone that shows me when to show up and where to be and, what my call time is and when I'm off.
I'm inherently a people person. So a people pleaser. So I like to, I was always wanted to be teacher's pet. I wanted to be I was the one that was like, I want to grade your papers for you. I'll clean your fucking, blackboard erasers and shit. So I was a bit of a kiss ass. So that's why I'm drawn to strong mentorship. Good teachers.
Anyway, I think people will bring some of that of their own. That you bring your own shit to these books, and it's like, hey, my shit lines up with Armand's shit again in an exaggerated, elevated way. My shit lines up with Gabriella's shit in an exaggerated, elevated. Again, you don't have to have been sold into sexual slavery, right? Or a Viking who had his body tied down by chains of hair for 1,000 years or anything.
Jesus
it
Christ.
could just be the metaphor of it all.
It's true.
And that means that you're going to put Estelle or Bruce or, whoever it might be, Makare, much higher on the list than Ashley or I might. So I think there's going to be some quibbles at that level, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. 100%. There's going to be side characters that I don't give a shit about that some people are going to be like, Ashley, wah!
Okay, see, this is why I love this list. Okay, first of all, again, thank you to Licks for creating this. Top tier perfection.
Yes.
Love them. So precious.
So precious.
Cool. I like them. Meh, not for me. Hate them, rage-inducing, which again is, I think, yes, very much. I've got some very specific characters that I am anxious to put into this category.
Same.
Useless, put it in the trash.
Put it in the trash. I've got one for that for sure.
Got at least one I want in there too. Know who they are, but never thought or cared about them. And literally who, which is the ones I think there's going to be a few of those that we put literally who.
Who the fuck?
There's going to be a couple down there that are going to be rage-inducing for someone.
That's Estelle.
Yeah.
I just pointed at the
listen,
picture like anyone could see what I just did.
I very specifically had to put them into alphabetical order, though, so that I could remember which one was which. In the TV series especially, I think it is easy to swap them. All they are is adversaries as the way that they play out in the show. In the book, they're a little bit more than that, and there's some ongoing narrative after the theater. I think that includes at least one of those characters. No, nobody survives anyway. I think I'm confusing some things now. Let's get into this son of a bitch.
Let's just get started.
And we're not going to go alphabetically, but we are going to start with the queen. I got Akasha up here, and first of all, I'm gonna blow her picture up for a minute for everybody to just appreciate. And I've sent you this message. I used Aaliyah for this. First of all, because I think in a lot of ways we are right now on the precipice of the last time. Well, this will be the primary image we have of our queen. Mm-hmm. Sheila Adam is about to be, promoted. Now that they've announced her casting, we're going to see her in a trailer. I think. I do think we're going to see her there. If they had held off the name, I would say Akasha is going to be a tease, maybe not at the very end of the season, but somewhere late in the season, and they're not going to show her to us. I think now we are going to see her. Some people have speculated that we see her back as she and Lestat are walking out of the lawyer's office in one little clip of the trailer. I do not believe that's her. There's another actor in some other scenes in the trailer that lines up more directly with that look than Sheila. Also, Sheila's height, I think, is significantly taller than that woman was portrayed. Sheila, by the way, is 6 foot tall or 6'1", I think. Yeah. And Sam is listed as 6'3" or 6'4", I think, on most websites. Mm-hmm. I believe that is some Hollywood hooey. He's not short, but he is not taller than Lestat is. Let's put it like that. Lestat was 6 foot flat, which was great for the 1700s and that's fine for today.
Just fine. Just fine.
But they amplified Andre the Giant's weight in the WWF too. So anyway, I wanted to honor Aaliyah. To exaggerate.
Here. Yeah, she's gorgeous. Okay.
Make your case, ma'am.
For sheer audacity, I gotta put the queen in top tier perfection.
So I will say this. A 6,000-year reign is hard to argue with, right?
God.
Like she was Queen of the Damned for 6,000 years in the novels, and was pretty close to successful to her staged coup of the world
on her mission
in Queen of the Damned. Yeah. So
I just think her influence and her, like the fact that poor Marius dragged her fucking stony ass around for, thousands of years. I mean, my God, the commitment people have to her is very high. Now, is she a crazy heifer? Yeah, she is. But listen, I mean, we're going to make this top tier perfection argument a couple of times for some real fuck ups, you know?
I think you've said all that needs to be said, honestly, and I think she's got to take her place right up here at the top of the corner. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen, our first top tier perfection right out the gate, with the Queen of the Damned herself. So excited to see what they do with Akasha in the series. My guess is that we will not get very much, if at all, of her backstory. I don't think they're going to shoot some Egyptian shit this year. I really don't.
Because no. I think we'll probably get that next season.
And
there's too much to tell, and we're getting Lestat's backstory this season, so I don't think that's
here's
a
what
lot.
we need to do. We need to make so much noise let me couch. If it's right? If the performance is what we imagine it can be, and if her portrayal in this season is as amazing as we think it's going to be, then we need to be so loud in our praise that AMC fucking races to make that Ancient series and lead into, y'all, we can wait. I could wait 2 more years, 3 more years for the conclusion of the Vampire Lestat into the Queen of the Damned, if what they were going to give me in 27
was delicious.
That's the other thing. That's the other thing. If you don't need Sam Reed and you don't need Jacob Anderson, they could start shooting that shit right away.
I mean, they could, absolutely.
Right? So, I mean, you don't have to give us much. Again, the 6-episode Talamasca series looks like it's going to be a satisfying little morsel.
It does. I'm looking forward to that, y'all. I'm so excited.
You could make it complete in its own way, like something like the Shogun series or whatever. Like, hey, this is fine, but if you guys like it, we could do
more.
There's First Brood. There's all these stories that we've talked about in the past. But anyway, so if it's right, y'all, let's sing our praises and let's thank AMC for bringing it back to us. All right, let's get some lower ones off the list here right off the bat. Some that we're not. You know what? Let's start with her hubby. Old Inkle, first of all, I just want to acknowledge, because this did take me a moment to figure out. I was like, what am I going to do for the ones that we haven't seen on film yet?
So cute, Joel. So cute. I love it.
Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with myself. Everybody applaud. Okay. I hate this motherfucker.
I see, and I find him useless. Put him in the trash.
Okay, that's pretty much how I feel about him too. Like, genuinely, first of all, it is interesting to acknowledge, and I wonder again how they're going to play this in the series. Technically, he's the one that had the power and authority, and Akasha married in to the royal dynasty there, or at least one imagines she was probably of some lesser kingdom, but she got all the power in the army to go in and fuck with the twins and do all the things that she did that started this process because she was married to Inkle. And yet it was her idea and her push and her aversion at the eating of the flesh and all the things that led to this whole deal.
Yep.
What does he do? He beats up Marius a few times, right?
Yep.
He kills a bunch of interlopers, but not enough of it. He didn't keep them from being chained up.
He's a fucking bodyguard.
Yeah. Yeah. And a bad one. And an unsuccessful bodyguard. Yeah. So, and boy, maybe this is our anti-misogyny bias coming out. I don't know, but fuck the dude and Queen at the top all day.
Absolutely. See, here's the thing. Yeah. Fucking Macbeth wasn't in charge.
No. I mean, listen, Macbeth's a good role, but the one that wins the fucking awards is Lady McBee, man.
And if that's badly cast, that's the one that ruins the fucking play.
Oh, all
right.
I know I've mentioned this before, but here's my reassessment and reassertion that you all need to go see the Macbeth. Tragedy of Macbeth is the name of it, by, I think it's Ethan Cohen, but maybe it's Joel. It's actually Joel now that I think about it. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, he did it for Apple TV. Denzel Washington is McBee, and who's Ethan's wife that's in all his movies? Fargo.
That is
you know who I'm talking about, though.
Frances
McDormand.
She's like
Frances McDormand. I always forget her name. Yes, Frances plays Lady McBee, and she's great.
I will also at this point plug a hilarious version of Macbeth called Scotland PA.
Oh shit, yeah.
Where
Okay,
Maura
we've definitely
Tierney
had this conversation before.
Plays the Lady Macbeth character. Fantastic.
Jeez,
All right.
she is the sexiest Lady McBee that I've ever seen. Honestly,
Man.
she's so good in that role.
Oh God, so fun.
All right, let's stick with some of the old ones real quick. I want to talk about Cayman for a minute because Cayman's one. First of all, I think I want to give Cayman like an extra tier almost on principle because they fucked him up so bad in that Queen of the Damned movie. You remember how he looked like a dusty old bitch?
Did him dirty. They did them all dirty, but they did him real dirty.
Armand's in that
like
one.
A dusty old bitch.
Armand's in that one, and he's unnamed, like he's just a brown-haired guy in the background.
Yeah.
Okay. So first of all, Cayman, I think, deserves a lot of credit. Like, we didn't say this earlier about Akasha, but again, without Akasha, none of these other vampires even exist in the first place. And also, many of these vampires don't have the power level that they have.
If not for her,
direct infusions, right? But the same thing goes for Cayman, right? Without Cayman, there's no initial rebellion against Akasha and Inkle, and she might have done effectively what she tries to do in Queen of the Damned, except in 2000 BC or 4000 BC or whatever,
way back in the day.
Yeah.
I like Cayman.
Now, we got to dock him a tier or two, I would say, for the raping and the physical destruction of our beloved twins.
That's true. Shit, where do we put him? Cool. I like them.
I think I've got to put him in cool. He's definitely not precious.
No, he's not precious. Because he is a bit of a dusty old bitch, just not that much of one.
But you and I both do like him. And honestly, his chapters in Queen of the Damned especially are so fucking interesting. Because he's waking from these long periods of sleep and he doesn't really exactly remember who he is all the time. Anyway, he's going to go and cool. I like him. I know we sort of sound like monsters for that.
But look, listen. These are all monsters. There's not
literally a list of vampires.
It's literally a list of monsters. We're just putting them in order of awesomeness. The best of the monsters.
Okay, from the very ancient, let's go to one of the very young here. Somebody mentioned on the Facebook page today, I hate to admit it, but I just don't like Blackwood Farm and Blood Canticle.
Because I don't like Mona.
And meanwhile,
I think somebody commented, I hate Rowan and I hate Mona. So I hate that book.
I love Mona personally, and like Mona especially, and I've talked about this before on the show, I was the same age that Mona is in Lasher when I was reading it for the first time. I very much connected with Mona. I had a crush on Mona.
Slutty little Mona, of course you were into her.
Yeah, of course I did. Yes, absolutely. But that is one of the reasons why I also kind of hate Blackwood Farm and especially Blood Canticle. In Blood Canticle, it's even worse. It's even
awful.
Worse, y'all.
So here's
Rowan,
my thing.
Ugh.
I don't like her. I like Mona. I don't think I like Mona as a vampire.
Okay. This is why, and again, this is going to be argumentative if you don't listen to our whole discussion of this. I want to put her in literally who, because I don't, this is not Mona Vampire.
We don't know her. Who is she?
Yeah, exactly. I know you not, actually.
Okay,
I know
I
you
like
not.
that, Joel. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
I think that's right.
I thought she was going to end up in Love Them. I was going to defer to you because this is a character you feel very strongly about.
I do feel very strongly about, but again, if we're doing a Mayfair tier list, then Mona's top tier perfection, or
but
maybe not top tier perfection. As a vampire, literally who?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unrecognizable.
I want to go to a cool one here in the middle. And I want to talk about him for a second because you and I right now are working on our coverage of Talamasca. The next couple of episodes of this show are going to be about Talamasca. And one of the things that we were like crisscross applesauce for is like, maybe they sneak us in a David. I am fairly confident to say now they are not going to sneak us in a David. They may say the name, but I don't think they're even going to do that. If we ever get a David Talbot, it's going to be on the main show. And, and as the days go by, I am ever less confident that we won't squeezed this character into other places. The character of Daniel, as presented in the show, is so different than the book character of Daniel. Where do we draw his storylines from? Where do we draw the connections and the relationships from?
Yeah.
And so I wonder how much they're going to pull from David.
That is very, I think that's very legit observation about Daniel's character. But I do think if they do go as far as Tale of the Body Thief, like, he's such an important part of that.
Except you've already introduced Raglan James. We've already introduced a young, handsome, brown-skinned Talamasca agent in Rashid. And we've got an elderly, now vampire, Daniel Malloy. I wonder if you could do that story. And again, the way that they've discussed Memnoch the Devil, and we've talked about this, makes me wonder if they're not trying to maybe do Memnoch without Lestat in some way. That all of a sudden I put those three pieces together, and I wonder, well, they're not going to do Tale of the Body Thief with Daniel and not Lestat, right? Like, no. First of all, why would Raglan James want Daniel's body when he could probably talk Lestat into it? Yeah,
no. And you can't do.
Okay,
I'm sorry, you can't do these books without Lestat. That's just
the
silliest thing ever, Joel. I think you're totally wrong about that.
I get anxious. Sometimes I worry about this because
I don't think that's a thing.
My democracy is burning down around me, so I try to focus on fictional worlds sometimes.
What protest sign do I bring to the Lestatless Memnoch protest?
So David is definitely not top tier perfection. No. First of all, he's inconsistent sometimes as a character. He is both, shitty and a party pooper to some of our main characters at times, and yet will do the most egregious and reckless things. However,
I love him.
Yeah, I do too. And it's like, and maybe it goes back to our mentor. It does,
Joel, it does. Oh my God, it does. I'm going to have the same bullshit with Marius.
Listen, we just want an old British man to tell us
where to go and where to stand and what time to go to bed.
Please, sir, may we have some lessons?
God. But I do love David. I can't help it. I love him.
Let's go ahead and talk about the other mentor then for a minute, because this handsome fellow. Okay, first of all, a couple of things about this dude that we haven't mentioned previously. God, what do you remember his name off the top of top of your head?
Absolutely not. But I can look.
I've got to go look him up. Yeah, I'm looking it up. Marius.
The more I look at him, the more I like him.
Series. I do too. It's not the look that I would have imagined. Christopher Heyerdahl. Okay.
Yeah. I like him. The more I see him, the more I like him.
So we talked about him previously on the show with the announcement. I mentioned that he's in season 1 of Peacemaker. He's got a really good role in that I enjoyed. I think you had mentioned something you'd seen him in too. Oh, he was in the Twilight Saga back in the day. He's been in a bunch of movies. You've kind of missed it. Not what you mentioned, no, but I'm just saying he was there. He's in Chapelwaite, the Salem's Lot prequel series that I watched a couple of years ago, and I'd forgotten about that.
Love that.
But the big one, though, that someone mentioned on YouTube, I think they brought this up. He was in, is it in here? There we go. Under the Banner of Heaven.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Under the Banner of Heaven.
That's where I saw him. Yes.
Yes. He plays the father of the the polygamist family at the center of that story.
Y'all.
And like the patriarch or whatever. He is so fucking scary in it. Like,
that is a mess.
Yeah.
That whole thing is a mess. That's worth a watch, by the by, if you're into.
Oh, it's great. And Andrew Garfield's performance in it is really, really good too.
He's really good. I like this look of him right in this picture very much.
Yes.
I like that look.
And this is okay, first of all, he is a little older than our Marius in the books. Marius is, I think, literally 40 or like 42 or something like that.
Yeah,
which was
40.
pretty old for his age. But
he's good height too, so
as we've said before, everybody, basically all the characters are aged up about 10 years from the book. And so aging up Marius into his early 50s or late 40s would be fine. And again, you have to think, what did 40 look like 2,000 years ago?
Well, and I gotta say too, like, once you're past like 30, 10 years up
Yeah.
around,
like,
down, around. It
I don't
doesn't
know.
really bother
Maybe he
me.
had a
I'm not
hard
gonna-
10 years.
I'm not going to be that like caught up on the realism of the vampire series.
Someone on YouTube made a very good point about his portrayal in the show, in that Gabriella's hair, and as you can see over here, we'll get to her eventually, very, very stark white, as we've seen it so far presented in the series. And they wonder if Marius is maybe going to be dark haired in our show, unlike in the books.
I hope not, but I don't care.
hope
It
not.
doesn't really, I mean, I hope not, but
You could sell me on it either way. I mean, first of all, I think it does make sense for him to have long hair if they're going to maintain his origin story, because the druids grew it out, you know, as they did some of these other folks that we'll get to eventually, too. But yeah, the hair color won't kill me one way or the other. If they keep it blonde, though, then we can talk about the ways that he looks like
to
Lestat.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, where does he go? Ugh, I
mean,
love him, but I also hate him, and he's rage-inducing.
You could talk me into hate them rage-inducing because of a handful of decisions. His kid love status is its own thing.
Look, listen.
But again, Anne's vampires are not sexual in the same way that humans are, and so it's not exactly the same thing.
We pick at that scab with one, we got to pick at that scab with all of them.
Exactly. But it's things like he doesn't go after Armand. He doesn't
go after Pandora.
Yeah, he never. And then
in a
for
half-assed way,
100 years,
blames her for it.
Blames her for it until she corrects and reminds him, "You left town, you dirty motherfucker."
Yeah.
Anyway. He's rage-inducing,
but I love him.
Yeah, we just talked it ourselves
it's the
into
caveat.
it. Yeah.
I love him.
I mean, listen, we talked about this on one of the reactions from San Diego Comic-Con, I think. It's Sam mentioned it. It's like hate and love are sometimes
yes.
The reason why they are so rage-inducing is because I have any care for you at all. Right? Yes.
I wouldn't
have affection.
You would not rage me out if I did not care in some way. And the reason why it's rage-inducing is because I do love him, but I also hate him.
Okay. Let's do some quick ones here. This one's not going to take long at all. Quinn.
Oh, Quinn.
Oh,
Quinn's
Tarquin
so
Blackwood.
Quinn.
Is he precious?
No,
he
he's
so
not
precious?
Quinn is a little precious.
Quinn is sometimes precious, I will say.
Is a little precious.
And his affection and care for Mona in particular, and his respect for Lestat makes him hard for me to put lower than, a cool I like them, maybe, honestly.
I think the way, he loved his aunt
his
so
book's
much.
terrible.
His book is not
his
the
book's
best.
not good. And his sequel is worse.
Yes, his sequel is worse. But I do think he's a little precious. He's a little entitled, and he's ridiculous.
You know what? Okay.
But he's got some precious.
All right. We're going to put him in so precious because I'm going to put stank on the word precious. He's so precious.
Yeah.
He's
put
precious.
the Southern on it. That's fine. Yeah.
Bless his little heart.
Bless his little heart.
All right, let's talk about Benji for a second. Benji is one of these that I almost had to look up. I'll be very frank.
So
very frank.
I know Benji, but I think he goes right into know who they are, but never thought or cared about them. For me, I was interested in Benji while I was reading the Vampire Armand, and then I haven't thought a single thought about Benji since then.
So I should have mentioned this earlier. Ashley has not read the Prince Lestat trilogy yet. We've not done that for the show. I've only read Blood Communion once. I know I've only read Blood Communion once because I was so affected by the time that I read it that I haven't gone back to it. And then Anne passed away.
Right.
So I haven't revisited that one yet. I reread Realms of Atlantis at least once. I've reread Prince Lestat, I think 3 times maybe.
So my basis on Benji is literally just from the Vampire Armand.
Benji's got a little bit more to do later, but even there, he's kind of a minor player. I'm going to go know who they are, but haven't thought very much about them. I'm going to agree with you on that. Benji, honestly...
Sybil, they don't keep me up at night.
Yeah, I was going to go ahead. I'm going to pull Sybil over here somewhere. She's on this list too somewhere. I say she is. Maybe I didn't make a Sybil specifically because I was like, who cares about Sybil? And that is maybe terrible on my part. But you're right. I didn't make a Sybil.
That's fine.
I didn't
She'd
even
go
make a
right there
syllable.
next to Benji if she were here.
She really would. In spirit, there she said. I don't know why
Mhm.
this one's it's so big because there's more words on it.
There's
But
more
now it looks like
words.
Benji's more important than Inkle and Mona
Well,
there.
he's got a big mouth about it.
All right, let's talk about a real son of a bitch,
Oh,
old
this
Santino.
asshole.
Okay, so we did. No spoilers in case you haven't listened to the episode yet, but Santino is not just a briefly occurring character. He's a thorn in the side of our Marius in particular.
Yeah.
For many, many books.
I think he might have to. I hate him rage-inducing.
I agree, which is funny that he's going to go right beside his buddy Marius. Yeah, they would hate it so much.
They would both hate that, and that's why I love it. Because that's kind of why they're in that category.
It's the truth. It's the truth.
I love
All right.
this. This is so much fun. Okay.
Let's go look at our big burly Viking vampire
like
from
Thorn.
Blood and Gold.
I like
okay, and I will
Thorn.
say Thorn has some role to play in the later novels as well. So some of y'all might have more affection for Thorn than Ashley and I do currently. But we both like Thorn a lot. And
my instinct
unlike
is cool.
Marius,
I like them.
Unlike Marius, Thorn has a consistent character, right? Like he
Yes.
is what he is, and he does what he does.
Yes.
Now, yeah, I think it would be hard to go above cool. I like them, but yeah, he's definitely not a meh, and Thorn's not rage-inducing at all.
No, he definitely is not a meh. There's enough interest in him to not be meh. I guess Benji could have gone in meh. But the fact that I know immediately who Benji is and is like, boy, I haven't thought about him since the last time I read that book.
So strange that you bring Benji up. I can't believe you made a card for him. Yeah, that's sort of the feeling there. Absolutely. I will say this. I think if we do this again after the Prince Lestat trilogy, you and I both may move Thorn up, as I recall the events of those books. Yeah.
Oh, we're going to have to do this again after we finish.
All right, let's do, before we get too far out of alphabetical order, here is Celeste. This is Celeste. Estelle is down here.
That's Estelle. Celeste.
She was higher, and that's so I was like, I gotta grab them now. Do I have them backwards?
Yeah, I think that's Estelle, the redhead, and I think is that back? I think the dark-haired one was up at the top before we started fucking them around with them. It doesn't
Estelle,
really matter.
It doesn't really matter. You know their names. Estelle, Interview with the Vampire. I'm fairly certain she's the red. Yeah, she's the redhead.
Okay.
Estelle is the red.
Estelle,
Oh,
yeah,
so
Estelle's
you were
the
right.
redhead.
You were right. I did have them wrong. Okay, put this bitch back. All right. Celeste first. Okay, so Celeste, correct me if I'm wrong. Celeste is the one that ends up with Santiago, right? Estelle had him at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
And
well, they all trade around quite a bit.
Yeah, it seems like
but
that.
Yes.
But the reason that they get heat with each other mostly is because Celeste is coming in and giving some sucky under the dinner table, among other things.
Among other things.
Yeah.
I don't really have a lot of strong feelings about Celeste or Estelle, but I enjoyed both of them very much in the show.
Yeah, so I will say, I started to say that I don't want to put them in hate them rage-inducing.
No.
Which would be my initial reaction because of the way that they treat Claudia, especially.
Right, of course.
However, I'm talking about hate them rage-inducing like it's the worst category we could put them in when Marius is there, and we're both Marius fans.
I know! He's got
okay, here's what's going to happen.
Marius gets an asterisk.
I think both of these ladies are going to go right here in cool. I like them beside each other because
I think that's good.
more so for their portrayals in the show than even the characters themselves. Because these two ladies did some fine ass simple background work. Right? They weren't featured really.
No.
And yet they both left an impression.
But was it Estelle that was writing letters to Lestat after he left?
In the novel, novels, you mean?
Yeah, in the novels. After somebody,
I think.
I can't.
Hang on a minute. I tell you the way we do that.
Is.
We go to books, and I open up my alphabetary. This is the beauty here. This is also how I decided my list of names. By the way.
Very good.
Okay, my vote on this is Celeste. I think Celeste was the
Yeah.
one that was writing.
I couldn't remember, but I know one of them.
Yes. All right. Celeste is a member of the Coven. Along with Santiago, Celeste joins the other vampires to demand Claudia's death.
Oh no,
Celeste
no.
and Madeline drag them back.
Does not.
Estelle, then. Who was the...
Who was the gal that was around longer?
Encounter their own kind. She and her companions, Celeste, fondle the beautiful dresses. They are nothing like their own black garb.
No.
Estelle appears in Interview with the Vampire. No. All right.
I can't remember.
Here's what we can do, though. We can go to the Theater of the Vampires, and they will have it, too. Because I do want to mention her, because that character is interesting, right? She's the one that keeps Lestat tied into everything.
And keeps him informed about...
Is it Eleni or Eugenie?
Yeah,
it's one of those two.
It's one of those two, I think.
That's why we were thinking it was Estelle.
Yep.
Yeah. I think it's Eleni. We're going to confirm it, and I'll just tighten all this up after the fact. That's the beauty of that. She leaves a lasting impression as a brief chronicle. Yes. Eleni is the one. She leaves a lasting impression as a brief chronicler of Nicholas's tragic tale at the Théâtre de Vampire, that her reappearance... Oh, nope. Spoilers.
Nope.
Anyway, we didn't include her because some of her most interesting stuff might come at a later date. So there
Excellent.
you go. All right. Who do we want to go with next? You suggest one.
Let's put Arjun right in the trash. Right in the trash.
All right. Why? Why is Arjun just trash?
Let's talk about the most useless character that's been created just to create distance between two other characters. Like, no personality, no information, nothing.
So for those that might not be book readers or that don't know, Arjun is a creation of the vampire Pandora. Who is and is also a rival for her affections from Marius, and kind of a stumbling block for that relationship,
and it's just
in various books.
It's and it's just so, I don't know. It just feels odd. That whole...
I agree. The resolution or lack thereof of the Marius and the Pandora relationship is one of the biggest failures of Anne's books, in my opinion, honestly. And they do eventually have more resolution.
Right.
Queen of the Damned helps, obviously, and then they both exist in the aftermath of all of that when the Coven is so much smaller. So they have more interactions in the novels, but still, the fact that she couldn't have figured that out and sort of kept them apart. It's like doing the Sam and Diane thing, except there's no funny jokes in the middle of it. Like, what are we doing this for?
Or it's
then?
already like the keeping them apart has already run its course. Like, fucking fix it.
Yeah. All right. Since we're talking about Marius so much, I'm gonna bring this dude up here. Another of our well, he's not a Viking, he's a druid vampire, Mael.
Druid, yes.
So okay, the one thing that keeps him out of useless, put it in the trash, because that is my initial reaction, honestly, for Mael. Except he does a real good job of being Mahare's bitch, right? Like he does a real good job of following Mahare's orders.
Yeah,
so like
my inclination is meh, not for me, for him.
I like that so much, and he would hate it too.
He would
also
hate it.
He's one step above Marius, and that would piss Marius off, which is its own reward.
It's its own fun,
right
Joel.
there.
It's its own fun. It's its own
All right, since we're talking about the redheaded druid, let's talk about her boyfriend, her girlfriend, his girlfriend, whatever, Jessie. Okay, Jessie's another one that I think is up there with David. I have already dealt with the loss of Aaron Leitner, honestly, and if they never bring us to him, if they never bring him to us, then I have made my peace. If they don't bring me a pretty redheaded woman that is the granddaughter of Maharet,
twin witches.
I mean, they have shown us a very pretty redhead in the trailer that's making out with Gabrielle on the dance floor, or at one of the concerts. It looks like, boy, it better be Jessie. This is one of those that Rollin can make me mad with, honestly, if they don't give me Jessie. So I think she's got to go at least up to So Precious. But honestly, I think she goes higher. I think she's top tier perfection. I'm going to make that argument. She is, first of all, she's very powerful in the end, right? Because she hangs out with Maharet and gets all the good blood.
Yes.
But also, she generally makes fairly sober and decent choices with what she does.
Too. Like she's
she
smart.
doesn't get into the drama, right? Of the Coven at large. She's on board with Maharet's like chronicling project and everything. I think she's the shit.
The only thing that keeps me from, I mean, put her in top tier, I will concede.
But make me an argument. Yeah, for sure.
But I just don't find her overall as interesting of a character.
She's not as charismatic.
But
okay.
But I totally get what you're saying. And I do agree. She's a super well-rounded character. I love her. I love that she's smart and that she's got convictions and that, I support.
Here's what we'll do. We'll compromise because first of all, we're having so much fun with this. We will do this again in the future.
Yeah, this is
Jesse's going to go and love them now. And what we'll do is we'll save this list when we're done. We'll save our image. We'll put it up or whatever. And that way, when we come back, we can compare and contrast. I think Jesse could rise to top tier perfection with a great portrayal in the series, right? You give her a little bit more to do, a little bit more agency,
something
a little bit more action.
Better than what we got in Queen of the Damned.
Yeah. All right. Let's do Azim, and again, this is kind of a minor one. This is one of the lower level ones, but I did want to bring him in because he does matter. This is the maker of Marius. This is the ancient vampire in the oak who is the one who told Marius to get his ass to Egypt and figure out why everybody got burned. And again, like Akasha, like Cayman, I feel like Azim gets a lot of credit just because without him, so much of our story doesn't happen, right? Like, who knows what happens to Akasha and Inkle if they're left in Egypt for the crazy old elder to try again to put them out in the desert or something,
and
right?
Then everybody's dead. Yeah.
So I think he gets something. He's not useless, I would say.
No.
I could hear an argument for know who they are, but never thought or cared about them very much because again, it's like it's a blip on the road.
That's because I actually thought that was a different character.
Well, okay, and maybe I could be wrong. I believe Azim is that because Avika. Are you thinking Avikas? Maybe I had him confused.
I bet
Avikas.
I am.
Okay, Avikas is the one that shows up with Mael to talk to Marius, and they end up building a relationship in Blood and Gold. He's the one, and Avikas basically is another druid turned vampire who hears the story of Marius escaping and goes, well, I got to go get me some of that. So to me, Avikas rises up a little. Did I get it backwards?
No.
Okay.
I'm listening. I totally thought that Azim, I got confused and I was thinking about Pandora's servant, the head of her household.
Oh yeah, she does turn. They do turn him.
Yeah,
they do turn him. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, but I can't remember.
I did not
was.
list him.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think Azim goes in the know who you are, but I don't think about you. Although perhaps he deserves a little bit more credit for that, and we've made his argument now. And okay, Avikas, I think has to go for me. I was going to say he's got to go above Mael. First of all, even as much as he loves Mael and Mael was useful to him and he feels an affinity and a loyalty to him for that, he also is like so far beyond Mael's ignorant backwards ass and eventually gets over it too. So I feel like he gets credit. I think either so precious or maybe love them.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
I think love them maybe. Let's go love them.
Yeah, I love him. I really love that character. Flavius is
Flavius. Yes,
is Pandora's guy. Excellent.
Avikas again is one of those. It's like, boy, she should have written one of the new tales of the vampires about Avikas, right?
I would have liked to know more about him for sure.
Yeah,
he left me wanting more.
All right, since we're surrounding the story of Marius here, let's just go ahead and get her out of the way too.
So
Bianca.
Precious?
I think Bianca's gotta go in So Precious, especially because, and even if you're generally like not a Bianca fan, the way that she ends with Marius and is like, actually, you can't fire me because I fired you, basically.
I'm tired
right?
of being your fucking second choice all the goddamn time.
Literally centuries now. Yeah, she's so precious. Bianca is so precious.
So precious.
Absolutely.
She deserved better. Justice for Bianca.
I gotta tell y'all, that Blood and Gold book would have been honestly interminable for me because of how infuriating Marius was, if not for Avicus and Bianca, who were basically new characters at that point in the story.
I loved them. I really liked both of those characters.
All right, we got a lot of minor ones still left on the table here, but let's get one big one out of the way.
Oh shit!
Since we've already done Marius, let's
murder
talk about
goblin.
Our murder goblin,
God,
our little murder goblin. Let me tell you the power of an actor, ladies and gentlemen. The character of Armand is incredibly complex on the page. It's interesting. It's sympathetic. It's multi-layered. There are moments of joy, and there are moments of love and affection, and then there's also this inherent cruelty and darkness, and it's a stew of awesomeness in the books.
Yeah,
that for Ashley and I is abso-fucking-lutely rage-inducing, and we would probably put him in the trash, honestly, if we're only talking about book Armand. But we're not talking about book Armand. We're talking about the totality of the character here. And Assad, it's going to be easier, I think, for them to explain and get me to see a continued connection and relationship between those three main leads than it would have been previously.
I've always been a little soft on Armand. Just because I think he's had a real rough time of it. But he is rage-inducing for sure. But I also, he's kind of like a Marius for me, because I find him so precious, Assad. And then I also still find Armand completely rage-inducing. But
he is very much both.
I don't hate Armand. I don't really hate Armand. I was so sad when Armand went out into the sun in Memnock. I thought I was going to fucking lose it. So it's so hard for me to be like, I hate him. I don't hate him. But it's like Marius.
It's weird. I think he's so precious.
He is so precious.
I do think he's so precious. And I mean, genuinely, even the book character, I think you could make an argument that he's so... First of all, you have to remember the book character's like
physically
17.
Precious.
Right? He's physically 17. He's younger than all the other leads, and he looks even younger than he physically is when he was turned into a vampire. And also, even Lestat, who constantly, they've got this headbutting bullshit about. Even there, Lestat is drawn to him in some ways and doesn't wish for his destruction. And when Lestat finally wakes up, whose house does he go to? He goes to fucking Armand's house. So, yeah, he's so precious.
He's so precious.
He's so precious.
Asterisk, it's complicated.
It's very fucking complicated.
It's complicated.
It's very fucking complicated. All right. Well, if we put Armand on the board, then we gotta go... Danny boy, the pipes are calling.
Yet another portrayal of a character that has made me give way more of a fuck about the character. I would be like, Daniel, you could almost put Daniel in the trash in the books.
Okay, here's what's crazy to me. This is a character that was supposed to be played by River Phoenix, was actually played by Christian Slater at the height of his powers.
And
in a good performance. He's good in the movie.
Christian Slater. He's great in the movie.
Yeah. No one will ever think about those two again with this role after Eric's done with it, man.
This old
He's
man.
He's eaten.
Fucking love him. Left no crumbs. I love him.
I think taking into consideration what they can do and what they've already done with the older version of this character, the rehash, I think he's top tier perfection. It really has.
I'll go with it. I will go with it. I'm here.
It really
for it.
has done something special. What they've done with Eric.
He has elevated that character to a very, very new place, and I am very grateful for it.
All right, a different kind of daddy here.
Ugh.
We're gonna see him sometime this season. I think we've glimpsed him in the trailer already. There's a dark-haired vampire seated at the end of a table that I think is our first glimpse of Magnus. We haven't had that confirmed, but that's my guess. In the novel, he's a real Hunchback of Notre Dame motherfucker, isn't he? He's sort of scarred and malformed, as well as mentally and emotionally askew, since he's been a necromancer and a alchemist, for the last several hundred years.
I lean towards rage-inducing hate him, and that's real. I just don't. I hate him.
Jumps into the fire right away, leaves Lestat with no idea of what he's supposed to do, no guidance, and barely even a warning.
Lestat didn't ask for that. He fucking
very forcefully said no, thank you. Actually,
So I would either hate him rage-inducing or man, not for me. He's not useless because he made Lestat. We can't put him in the trash.
No, and I don't think he can go in man, not for me, for that very same reason. You and I are both such Lestat lovers. I think we got to have a little Magnus hate on. I will just mention we get some glimpses more into Magnus in the final trilogy, and so again, Magnus may move in the future. All right, let's get another big one here.
Oh my god.
Let's do my boy Santiago.
So Santiago should go right into the hate them rage-inducing.
Yeah.
But he's so cool. This portrayal.
He's got to go beside his girlfriends here.
So fucking cool. He was so good. Again, Ben Danielson took that character to a place I did not know that character could go.
No, 100%. I agree with you. He's the shit, and again, some of it is there on the page, right?
Yeah,
I think you and I are both colored by the fact that he's not nearly as cool. He's just rage-inducing in the '94 film. But
even that portrayal is really good. I love that actor. I love Stephen Ray. So that's a really great portrayal of that character, and he's supposed to be rage-inducing. He's still rage-inducing with Ben Danielson playing him, but he's just so much more magnetizing. You could not take your eyes off of him when he was on screen. You just couldn't.
I did it. No, you're 100% right. I did this without even asking you, and we're not even going to talk about it much because I did have a Sybil there. She was just hidden. She's going right beside Benji and Azim.
Yeah, have fun.
All
have fun in the Who Cares pile.
Let's talk about Merrick for a second here. Now, I think there is a argument to be made that we ought to put her right here beside Mona because her end is so weird and disconnected from what we've come to know about that character so far.
It is, but I like her so much, and I like her journey so much. I really liked that book.
Yeah. I think you gotta go cool. I like them at least. Yeah. She's not precious. Merrick will throw you out of her hotel room through the window.
Yes, exactly. She's not.
Also, she will.
Armand, so
she will cast a spell and make you
horribly follow her home.
Yeah.
I think that's a good spot for her.
Merrick.
She's real. Right. I love how witchy she is. She's fun.
Let's do the twins that are both M names as well. Let's talk about Makare first. The once and future Queen of the Damned in some ways. Makare, interesting character, but I think she's got to go pretty low just because we do not get much about her.
No, we don't know shit.
What a loss, right? You could have done a whole book. Again, one of those short, let's do a 300-page novel where it's the travels of Makare, where it's all just her internal monologue since she can't speak. Right?
I think literally who, but not I don't know who she is. I obviously know who she is.
We don't know, but we don't know who the person is.
She is. Yeah, exactly.
I think that's a perfect argument, and it's different than the Mona designation, but it absolutely goes down here in the literally who. Yeah.
And I feel different about Maharet. Because we know way more about her. She's a much more active character.
They're twins, but isn't Makare actually the older sister? I think Makare is the firstborn twin.
I don't remember.
Maybe.
I'd have to look.
I can't remember either. We need to go back and do the novel again. We need to go back and do the novel again in full someday. Yeah. Okay, Maharet. I mean, love them at least.
Yeah.
Not precious, but
not precious.
She's like, what if Marius wasn't so fucked up? in a lot of ways, right? Like she is Akasha's level of power and authority, but without the malcontent and misformed plans.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and she's still like, and I think too, like her most recent appearances in the books that we've read recently have been fun and kind of funny and a little delightful in a way. You know, it's just like emailing Lestat. I think that's fucking hilarious. I can't help it. You know, and
Yeah,
so, I think I would have to put her in Love Them. I don't think that she's top tier perfection.
I agree, which I know is harsh because we're on her side, not Akasha's, but also it's different. It's different.
Yeah.
So we're not choosing sides in the fight. We're just tier listing folks. I
want to party with Akasha in the club. I mean,
all right, Eudoxia. Just because this one should be quick.
This bitch.
I want to go literally who at first because I forget about her.
Yep.
But then as soon as I remember, I go. That's where I go. Oh, this bitch.
Oh, this bitch.
She hate them rage-inducing.
Yeah,
like
100%. Easy.
Yeah, she's a real problem. And again, interesting and fun character that comes up in Blood and Gold.
You can't put her in useless in the trash because she was at least fascinating.
Very useful for that novel.
Yeah,
very, very useful for that novel. All right. We're gonna. Oh, hey, I did have a Santiago down there. He was hidden by.
He was hiding.
He was hiding under Pandora.
See, you didn't
look at that. I didn't go far enough down.
Ones.
All right, let's
That's
talk
my girl.
about. I mean, the only reason that we keep Pandora out of top tier perfection, in my opinion, is
weak.
because she's so weak-willed. She's so weak-willed. Yeah.
Yeah, I would put her in So Precious almost, but I
think we both love her, and honestly, like she probably should go there. But the
so
weak-willed nature and the fact that she's as strong as she is physically, she needs protection and she needs some, leadership, and that's a shame.
She's got a mentor,
so she's so precious
too, Joel.
Yeah, oh
so
boy,
precious.
ain't that the truth?
So precious.
Which is a shame because she's a grown-ass woman.
I mean, she is a whole grown-ass woman. That's what happens when you get fucking hanging out in a bad relationship with a gaslighting motherfucker. Right there is what happens to strong, confident women. It takes a while to come back from that shit.
What's the saying? Behind every good man is a great woman or whatever? Yeah, okay. Behind every sad woman is probably an asshole that ruined their life and kept them from being the queen that they ought to be.
Yeah. Kept them from their top tier perfection.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, Madeline.
I love her.
I do too. In the book, she's so precious, I would say. I think she rises
is in
up.
The book. Oh, she is so precious in the book. But I think
she rises up to love them.
Love her. Love her.
Yeah, the final scenes with her and Claudia in season 2 are genuinely some of the best things in the whole series so far. All right,
I like that we really have almost no one in Meh Not For Me. We have strong opinions about everyone else.
We got thoughts. We've got thoughts and opinions, 100%. Okay, I use Delaney here. I know there's an argument for maybe we should put Bailey or even Claudia, Kirsten.
She's our current
it's Delaney
Claudia.
To me. Also, Delaney will be Delaney will be appearing in some capacity, at least in season 3. We don't know exactly. They haven't said how. They've hinted that it's going to be interesting.
Some behind the scenes picture looks like she's wearing that yellow dress. Just saying.
Yeah, indeed. I think, again, taking into account, as we did with Eric, especially what we've got in the book and how much Claudia means to the series as a whole, how she's in some ways the reason that the whole series exists, because Anne was processing the death of Michelle and wrote this character of Claudia. The fact that in the 94 film, that portrayal from Kirsten Dunst is one of the things that was first of all, it was cover in many ways for critics to talk about this interesting and slightly sexualized, very mature performance from a young actress instead of the homosexuality of it all, right?
Right.
We could just focus on the young child being portrayed sexy.
These two men live together. They're just roommates.
They both love the girl. Leave them alone.
Bert and Ernie are raising a child together.
So I think Claudia is incredibly important to the series, and I think you'd have to go cool, I like them, or I love them, maybe even if it was just the book. But because of and I'll give Bailey credit too. Bailey's portrayal in season 1 was very, very fitting, and it rolled with the series. And if we had her in season 2, I don't think there would be anything wrong with it. But I take Delaney as my Claudia, and I think
Ooh.
what she did in season 2 is really, really just. It's a shame she didn't get any award press. I think she's going in top tier perfection.
Oh, put her there. Put my girl there. Yes,
Boom.
sir. That episode where she was singing that I don't like windows when they're closed. That was fucked up. That was fucked up and brilliant. It was so brilliant.
And the fact that she can go from that to those tender moments as she's building the relationship with Madeline,
yes,
to the rage that she brings at Armand and Louis especially. Man, she just, and then neither one of us have even gotten to the trial episode, which is just like, well, top tier perfection, honestly. Like, what more could you ask for? All right, let's get this shithead out of the way.
Yeah,
I say shithead.
Put him.
Killer has some roles in the final trilogy, and in the novel, the role of Killer is significantly different than the TV show. But to me, this is an example where the TV show did a good job. His performance was solid, and it made this character so much worse for me.
Oh,
I
hate it.
I can't enjoy. I don't think I'm going to enjoy his storyline in the final trilogy when we get there, because this is the motherfucker I'm thinking about.
Yeah, it makes me almost put him in the trash.
I'm with you, honestly. Also, even in the book, I liked Baby Jinx better than I liked Killer in this storyline. Yeah.
Put him in the trash. Throw the whole man away.
We're down here to the end. We have not seen a lot of Nikki in the show yet. We're going to get some more in season 2, obviously.
Poor Nikki.
Again, incredibly important to the thrust of this story. Without Nikki, Lestat never goes to Paris, right?
Totally. I gotta be honest. There's a little part of me that's like, meh.
I hear you, and I will say,
but I like him, and he is also so precious because he was such a mess.
He is in some ways rage-inducing as well, right?
Yeah,
like we've both watched a friend or a loved one drive themselves off a cliff emotionally and mentally. You know, I can't put him in love them.
No.
I can't put him in cool. I like them.
No,
I
he's
think
not
it's
cool.
so.
There's literally nothing cool about it. He's no chill. Nikki has zero chill.
Okay, here's what's weird though. You see in the first scenes with him and Lestat that there is something cool about Nikki. Nikki is so broken personally and so determined towards destruction for himself that he won't let any of that. I mean, he gets his dream, right? He and Lestat move to Paris and they're making it work together. And he's got the love of his life in the city of his dreams, doing his art even. He's not successful in the way that Lestat is, but still he's got it all on his plate and he still throws it away. And he's mad at Lestat because it's working better for him.
Put him in rage.
Rage-inducing. Yeah, I'm with you, man. Rage-inducing has got to go there. I love it.
It's almost like the rage-inducing portion of this category is more important than the hate them portion of the category.
It really, really is. Santino's the only one we hate, but even it's like, yeah, fuck that dude. Rage-inducing. All right, we got to go Gabriella next so that our last two boys stay our last two boys. First of all, I like her pointy ass teeth here in this shot too.
She is fucking intense. I feel like Gabrielle has to go into like cool. I like them because I do like her character. I have a lot of problems with it. Bitch, why didn't you teach your son how to read?
That's the biggest one for both of us. I think I agree.
But
all of her other shit can be forgiven in some way or another, right?
As a vampire, I love her independence. I love that she's like fucking non-binary. Like, I love her on a lot of levels, but she's a real pain in the ass on a lot of levels too. But she is very cool. She does show up when she's needed the most, generally speaking.
I mean, she's one of the coolest vampires, honestly. If we were literally just talking about fucking cool. Yeah, she's one of the coolest. That's where we got to put her. I agree.
She's very cool.
Man, teach your boy to read, lady.
Yeah.
He gets really good at it eventually. He writes a bunch of fucking books and shit. All right. Louis de Pointe de Lac. Why? I don't want Gabrielle to be on top of him here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to hit a layer. Boom.
Yep. Layer that
Change the layer.
Bring it to the front.
Bring
it to
forward.
the front. Bring it to the front.
Okay. Louis in the books.
Louis in the books.
I said right out the gate, Eeyore of vampires.
He goes in so precious. Louis in the books, to me, so precious.
I agree, so precious, but it is in the same way that Bianca is precious, in the same way that Pandora is precious, needs to be protected.
Yeah.
And is like a beautiful little piece of nature that we're so gifted to live on the earth at the same time as.
Now this motherfucker, I love him, at least. And
I know he's got to go to love him for sure. And I think and again, in some ways this isn't fair for either him or Sam, because we haven't seen everything that they're going to do, right?
No.
And we don't know the heights that they could take this. Louis in particular, I think, has more unknown potential because he's so downplayed in the later books, and we think the TV series is going to give him more to do.
Yeah.
But I think it's not hard to argue with. It's top tier perfection.
It is.
Because of what he has added to this role.
Jacob.
Yeah.
What you bring to it. Elevation.
Yeah. 100%. And needed if you were going to start the series with Interview with a Vampire, right?
Yeah.
If you were going to start this series like Anne and Christopher had planned at Hulu with the Vampire Lestat, and the first episode is the Wolf Killer, then honestly, our Louis can be a lot.
He could be a lot
less
lower.
impactful.
Yeah. 100%. 100%.
Yeah. We love Jacob.
Jacob's
I'm excited to see what he does next.
The end of last season, he was just a badass motherfucker. Look at this fucker.
Before we get to this fucker, though, I will say one more thing about Jacob, and because we haven't mentioned this on the show yet. We talked in the last episode, I think, about the different various connections that Sheila Atom has playing the role of Akasha in season 3, the different connections that she has to the other cast members. She's connected to Jacob as well. She was in Anansi Boys, a BBC adaptation of a Neil Gaiman novel, which is sort of loosely connected to the world of American Gods. She was in that with Jacob once upon a time. Yeah, it's apparently no longer. There's a audio drama version of it, I think, and then there was also a TV adaptation of it, and the TV adaptation is not currently available for streaming. Somebody said in the group, but okay. First of all, I think we all know that I have had a deep love affair with this blonde bastard since I was but a child. Sam Reed is a wonderful actor all on his own, and I'm looking forward to the rest of his career. But the simpatico nature of that actor and this character just cannot be overstated, I don't think.
Yeah, he's electrifying. He's just, I mean, I can't not keep my eyes off him when he's on screen. He's just amazing. And he inhabits that character physically, vocally, everything. He just wears Lestat's skin so well.
Well, and let's talk about the confidence that AMC and Rollin and Mark Johnson and et cetera had, that they could put Jacob Anderson and they could make Louis so forward and so appealing in season 1 and season 2 even, and have this motherfucker hanging out in the background and portrayed as the villain for a lot of season 1. And especially in season 1, there's even some stuff that goes above and beyond what happens in the book as far as his villainry. And yet know or feel confident, hey, season 3, we're going to turn and put that motherfucker on the marquee, and everybody is not just going to be fine with it.
We're going to be ravenous for it.
They're going to go, ah, like he's the goddamn Beatles.
Yeah.
It's
He's
top tier
clearly
perfection.
top tier perfection. This is not a conversation.
It's top tier perfection. It's top tier perfection.
My man up in that corner. He is so handsome.
What a lovely little setting we have here.
Look at this. Oh, I love it.
Okay, y'all. First of all, that was a blast. And thanks to everybody who suggested that we do
fun.
a ranking list. Thank you, Remy, for suggesting the tier listing, because that worked out much better than, like, if we had just picked. First of all, could you? We know Lestat would be number 1 if we had to do that, but would it be any fun putting Lestat at number 1 and Louis at number 2, and I guess like Claudia at number 3, and then that's no fun.
This is much better. This is much better.
This is better. This is better. Bully. All right. Y'all, what a great fucking TV series we have here to talk about. What a
So
great
good.
series of TV series, we should say, because next week we start a new one, Ashley.
Oh my God, it's really almost time.
It is really almost time. 6 episodes of Talamasca. They're going to air 2 the first week, and then they'll go weekly. For us,
That's gonna
you'll
go
get
quick,
2.
y'all.
It's going to go way faster than you think it is. Yeah, it's literally, it'll be a month basically, and then we'll be done with the Talamasca, The Secret Order, I should say, is the name of the series.
Yes.
We're going to drop 2 episodes next week. For patrons, they'll drop on Sunday night. For everybody else, they'll drop on Monday night. But they will be 1 episode each for each one of the Talamasca episodes. And if you start reading the critics' reviews and things that are already out there as we record this, those episodes, I'll tell you, or those reviews are based on the first 4 episodes only. That's what critics got early. And so if you read anything, know that they don't know the end of the series yet either, or the end of the season, I should say, because I'm hoping that we're going to go to a future season of this as well.
I do too. I hope so. I hope it's good enough that we keep rolling with it. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, I will definitely. I mean, Ashley and I have already recorded our first episode about the Talamasca, and we are more than cautiously optimistic at that point. So yeah, watch for that coming next week. And then, I mean, almost immediately on the tails of that, we're going to be in New Orleans with a bunch of you. Yeah.
So excited.
Ashley and I get into town on the 30th. I know a bunch of y'all are coming in the 30th, the 31st, the 1st, whatever. Anne Rice's Celebration of Life will be November 1st that evening at the Orpheum. By the way, if you're listening to this, there are still a few tickets available. There's not
serious?
many, I don't think.
I'm surprised.
There are still a few. It's not sold out yet. And they opened up reselling as an availability for the event. This was a while back. This was several weeks back. So if you have suddenly things have changed and you're available to go and you want to find a room and et cetera, go try to get that ticket. I think you could still get in, honestly. Or if you had already set up to go to New Orleans, but you were like, well, I can't afford a ticket, go see if some are available for resale, or maybe there's some in the upper decks that you could get in even at this late date. It seems like it's going to be a lot of fun. There was some news on that real quick. Let me tell you about that before we get off. First of all, I know that they announced that, let me stop sharing my screen here.
Catherine Ramsland is going to be there. Is that right? Did I make that up?
Oh, I haven't seen, excuse me, I haven't seen that. Granny Goodwitch.
I might have made that up.
The one, Granny Goodwitch is the one that
I did see that. That's very exciting.
I noticed. So, okay, Granny Goodwitch is
Catherine Ramsland about a crime the other day. So maybe that's what she was on my brain.
She was just on your brain. Granny Goodwitch, if you don't know, or maybe if you're too young, she was a major figure on Anne's Facebook page in particular. Anne called her the science editor of the Facebook page.
She's so great.
She's an adorable personality, and she's going to be there to speak a little bit about Anne and Anne's impact on her life and her writing and etc. But the one that I was going to think of, let me see. Let me go to annrice.com because I bet it's there. No, it's not. I guess I got to go to Face. No, I tell you what I can do. I can search for dinner party in my email.
There you go. Why did I think I read that Ramsland was going to be there?
Broadway star joins the Anne Rice celebration. So, what is the name? Carolee Carmelo earned a Tony nomination and Drama Desk nomination for her portrayal of Gabrielle de Leoncourt in the Broadway musical Lestat. Her list of iconic turns and Broadway mega hits is endless. She was the stepmother in Bad Cinderella, John Dickinson, and Abigail Adams in 1776. First of all, I didn't remember a gender-swapped version of 1776. I would love to see her play John Dickinson. That'd be fun as hell. That woman up on top of a desk singing from rum to slaves to molasses to slaves to rum. She was in Finding Neverland. She played Mother Superior in Sister Act. She was in The Addams Family as Alice Benaki. She was Donna in Mamma Mia. She was Miss Pennywise in Urinetown.
Okay.
Anyway, you've seen her in a bunch of stuff. She's in a national touring production of Hello Dolly and Kimberly Akimbo. On November 1st, she's going to take the stage at the Orpheum for a special performance to honor her connection to Anne's life and work. She says, I am thrilled to be performing a song from the Broadway musical Lestat, which was inspired by Anne Rice's I am too. You and I still have never seen the Broadway musical. We've committed at this point. Okay, we'll watch the bootleg at some point and do an episode about it. Honestly, at this point, I think maybe that's like a post season 3 thing. Maybe we've seen Rockstar Lestat. Let's see Broadway Lestat. Maybe.
We're busy.
Yeah, right.
These fuckers are keeping us busy.
There's always some more shit to do. And Mayfair will be back before you know it, unfortunately. So anyway, that was one of the additions. And then, yes, here's the email about another one. Okay, Mary Fall, the former lead singer of October Project, Anne described Mary Fall as one of her muses. In particular, I think she was listed in the front of the Prince Lestat novel. It was her and Bon Jovi were listed together in the dedication section. So Mary Fall is going to be there to sing as well. She's a pop and rock singer. And as we just mentioned earlier, Granny Goodwitch is going to be there too. So there's some extra names. I will say I think it was when they announced Carolee's attendance, not Mary Fall, he said one of several musical performances. So I think we've got another couple of announcements still. I still got my fingers crossed.
Maybe Bon Jovi will be there.
I don't know if it's going to be Bon Jovi, but I honestly, we should probably put more weight in the idea that Bon Jovi is going to be there than Sam Reed is going to be there. But
yeah,
I still got my fingers
they've had
crossed.
Some filming delays.
Oh, I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that.
They're running a little behind, just like you do in anything. Nothing dramatic.
Well, that is interesting. All right, there you go, folks. So come and join us in New Orleans, and if you're on your way, it's gonna be so much fun, y'all.
So much fun.
It's gonna be so much fun.
I'm so excited.
I am making a Facebook Messenger group. So okay, in our Facebook group, some other people had made a chat about the New Orleans trip in particular, and that function of Facebook groups have gone away. So I'm about to make a Facebook Messenger group. It's literally just for, hey, we're going to be in New Orleans, and we'd like to say I'm going to be at this place, or we're going to this place. Does anybody else want to go, et cetera, et cetera. So if you're interested in that, there will be a link in the show notes to the Facebook group, and this group Messenger will be pinned at the top of the Facebook group, so you can find it that way. I want to keep it a little extra layered so that randos don't get in it. You got to be in the Facebook group to join the chat, is what I'm trying to say there. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, I feel like there was some other bit of business I was going to cover. Oh, this is a small thing, but I haven't mentioned it on the videos yet. YouTube has a new feature that I want to mention to you all. If you ever watch our videos on YouTube, or even if you normally don't, you watch them on Patreon or something, here's something you can do for us that will help. Anytime a video has been recently posted, you have, and they're from a small channel like ours, you have an option under the video to hype this video. That's what YouTube calls it. Hype this video. You get some points for doing it yourself, like on your hype meter or something, and the channel and that video in particular gets some points on a hype leaderboard. And YouTube literally shows what these small channels, this channel got up to 10,000 hype points, or this channel got to 75,000 hype points, or whatever. It means more people see our stuff. That's basically all that it means. So that's something you can do for us. Doesn't cost you a dime. You don't have to sign up for anything. Just click the hype button.
Just a little hype.
That's kids. Right. So check that out and do that for you. What else? Next week, 2 episodes for patrons back to back. We'll do Talamasca. And then honestly, the week after that, you're going to get 2 episodes too, because you'll get the Talamasca episode 3, and also you'll get our live discussion from New Orleans.
Live New Orleans.
I still haven't called the hotel to confirm, but I think Ashley and I are going to be recording on my balcony for that one.
I'm so excited.
It's going to be fun regardless. Until next time, folks, we have been your hosts. I am Joel.
I am Ashley.
And we are the Articulate Coven.
Thank you for sharing this time with the Articulate Coven. Support the show as either a free or paid member at articulatecoven.com/join. You can also find us on YouTube, Spotify, and wherever you listen to podcasts. Find more from the Coven with our sister show, Flan Again, covering the works of Mike Flanagan.